Welcome back to another unexpected Captain America focused action figure obsession video here on the Avian and Loaded channel. I am your old pal, Avian and Loaded, and in a comment on one of my more recent videos about Captain America, where I talked about how many of them are on my work table, someone asked, how many Marvel Legends Captain Americas do you have? Now, that made me wonder, because I had a rough idea, but I wasn't 100% sure. And for the purposes of this, I'm sticking to Steve Rogers Captain Americas. However, I am including Ultimate Captain America. I am including movie Captain America. Marvel Cinematic Universe. Also, the animated DC Plus stuff. As long as it is Steve Rogers, as long as his name is Steve Rogers, this is a look at every Captain America in my collection, including 5 that you never see on the work table because they are in separate displays of their own. Now, I realize that I should have counted these first. Maybe I'll count them real quickly off camera. Hang on. All right, so when you get up to these numbers, it's hard to keep track of them sometimes, and I may need to create a spreadsheet like I did for my G.I. Joe Classified series Snake Eyes, because I'm going on 40 Snake Eyes, and some of them are kit bashes. Some of these Captain Americas are going to be kit bashes too. But let's just kind of pan up here so you can get a full look at just my Steve Rogers Captain Americas. So I'm not including any John Walker Captain America or Sam Wilson Captain America or James Buchanan Bucky Barnes Captain America. Right over there. Those guys are out of the running. However, I am including the 12-inch Marvel Legends Captain America from about a decade ago, because that's definitely Steve Rogers, and it's in its own way an excellent Captain America. That was designed by Bobby Valla from Valaverse, that does the Action Force and the Black lines now, and they have a World War II line of figures coming out soon that I'm very interested in. But for the purposes of this video and of coming up with a fair count of my 6-inch Steve Rogers Marvel Legends action figures, I went through all my displays and I pulled out all of the Captain Americas / Steve Rogers that were in my displays and not actively on the work table. So we can just set them aside for now. However, the number, including the 12-inch Captain America, the Marvel Legends Captain America that Bobby Valla designed about 10 years ago, the number here is 32, including the 12-inch Captain America. So 31 6-inch Steve Rogers Captain Americas, and it's 8, 8, 8, and 7, and I'm not good at math, but apparently that's 31. So the ones that are actually already in my dedicated displays, I will sort of separate out here just to keep things straight. So this is the 80 Years Captain America with the Alex Ross head sculpt. That goes in my Bronze Age / sort of classic Marvel display. This is the 2022 Marvel Legends 20th anniversary Captain America. I keep him with the Steve Rogers unmasked head and the cowl down piece. This one goes in my main primary Avengers display. So he is not usually on the work table. This is the Secret Wars Captain America with, I believe, it's either the Ultimate Cap or the Bucky Cap. No, I think that's the Ultimate Captain America that came out a couple of years ago. I think that's his shield. I gave that to the Secret Wars cap, and the reason for that is that this is not in a Secret Wars display. It is in my Jack Kirby dedicated shelf, shelf full of nothing but figures who were designed and or created by Jack the King Kirby. So it is one of the 5 that is not usually hanging around on the work table. Most recent acquisition in that department is the Gamerverse Marvel vs. Capcom Captain America that came in the 2-pack with the Blue Venom. This was the first one that I got. The second one lives on the work table, but this one lives in my Marvel vs. Capcom display. And then the 5th figure that does not usually hang out on the workbench is this custom Steve Rogers, Commander Rogers figure with the head from the 20 years, Captain America, the 20 years of, commemorating the 20th anniversary of Toy Biz launching Marvel Legends. So it's that same head that is on the Captain America that's in my Avengers display. But this is a comic Commander Rogers, and it has the Commander Rogers shield from the MCU line, because I just like how that looks with this. So this one, this Commander Rogers, custom Commander Rogers, or kit bashed Commander Rogers that I created, he lives in my Shield display, my Agents of Shield display, hanging out with Nick Fury and Dum Dum Dugan and Black Widow and Gabe Jones and all those guys. So those five right there, those are the five that do not hang out usually on the work table, but rather are in my actual dedicated displays. So that leaves us with these guys, these Steve Rogers figures, and these are all the ones that actually do hang out on the workbench in one for reasons. You'd have to ask my therapist what the reasons are. But now I am going to, so that was 31 6-inch figures minus 5. So I think that would be 31, so that'd be 27, right? 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, so I think we're down now to 27. Let me just double check that real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh, I'm in trouble already. Math is not my strong suit. So 26 plus 5 would be 31. And then that guy is 32. I forgot about this guy that I got Friday night. So that's, I guess, 33. So 32, we haven't opened him yet, but he will get opened eventually, as you can see. So I guess it's 32 total. Steve Rogers 6-inch Marvel Legends, and they are all by Hasbro, but some of them are older than others. Some of them are much older than others. And I'm going to try, without creating a mass casualty event, to start putting them back in their places that they were in a little while ago on my work table here. So I'm going to try to do it kind of chronologically. So this is the 2012 Commander Rogers figure from, I don't know if it was the Return of Marvel Legends line wave, I think it was, or the one after that, but around 2012. This is the unmasked Commander Rogers figure. It's built on, I believe, the old Bullseye body from Toy Biz or an early Hasbro body. I'm not sure which it is, but I've got him kitted out with a riot shield from G.I. Joe Classified series and an AK-47 from Valaverse Action Force. Then we have the same figure, but this one is not kitted out with any third-party stuff other than the shield, which I think was from a different Captain America. This is the better of the two of these that I have. This one, I really like this head sculpt. I know a lot of people think it looks outdated, but for what if you were reading the Commander Rogers comics at the time, he did look a lot like this in those comics. I think he was supposed to look a little older, and he had retired, and either Bucky or Sam had taken over as Cap. But of the two, that one in the back there, he has a very shiny finish on his head, as you can see, whereas this one is nice and matte and looks relatively contemporary and stands in fairly well with figures from the current era. Okay, so then we have two kit-bashed Secret Wars Captain Americas. I bought 5 of those total, gave one to a friend as a gift, and still have 4 of them. And one is a comic version of the worthy Captain America wielding Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, and the other one is a World War II Captain America with the triangular Captain America World War II shield. And they are both wearing the happy face that came with the Secret Wars cap. I'm not sure if I'm using the angry face on any of my Secret Wars caps at the moment, actually. But that's okay. It's not my mind's eye view of Captain America. So remember, I said I think 33, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hate math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's 23 plus 5 is 28, 29, 30, 31. So is it 32 or 33 with the one that's still in the box? Do you remember? I think I said. Go with what I said before. I'm going to say it's 32, but it's either 32 or 33, and this is just going to go on all night, and I'm just going to get worse at math. So why continue the hell, really? So timeline wise, I think the next one is the Marvel Now cap, which I think was from 2014. He's a little on the short side these days, and I have accessorized him with a piece of web gear from Valaverse Action Force to just kind of militarize him up a little. And he is going to go here. He'll be the first cap in line for the main line of the regular Steve Rogers Captain Americas. Because like guys like this, so this is the zombie Captain America from the Marvel Zombies animated series. I'm not going to put him in the front row. He can go back here with Commander Rogers there, and he'll be fine there. And then I think this World War II Captain America, also a Bobby Valla project when he was working at Marvel Legends, Hasbro Marvel Legends. This is the one that came with the motorcycle. I usually have him on a G.I. Joe motorcycle, the Ram cycle, the green one that came with Breaker, because I traded off the bike when I went through a very anti-vehicle kind of phase. Having an action figure obsession is really just a problematic thing, gotta tell you. Okay, so going back to chronological, we have the Wolf Cap, and I have two examples of him. These are the same figure, I just have two of them. One with the wolf head and one with the regular head, and those are from, I believe, 2016, I think is when they came out. And this is the figure that basically is the grandfather of the modern 20th anniversary Captain America and the Secret Wars and the Marvel vs. Capcom Gamerverse cap that came with the Blue Venom. All of them started with this body and evolved out of it to become pinless and to add the scale mail, and sometimes they have different hips or different boots. But for the most part, the Wolf cap and any classic cap that came after him in a straight line to this year, or 2025 rather, with the release of the Marvel vs. Capcom Gamerverse cap and also the Secret Wars cap. Those came out both in 2025, and they all evolved out of this one, which was on the Grim Reaper body mold back about 10 years ago. So chronologically next, I'm going to say it's... well, actually, I think I've lost the chronological aspect of it, because we have the World War II Captain America that was not a branded Marvel Legends, but for all intents and purposes it is. This is a Kit Bash. He's pretty short and hard to stand up, so he gets a stand. But this is a Kit Bash. He has a pistol from, I think, Union Jack in his holster. The Tommy gun is from Valaverse Action Force, and his head, the paint was scraped off his nose when I got this one. So I replaced it with the head from the, I think it was the time suit Avengers Endgame Captain America that nobody loves and you can easily get for about $15. So I'm going to put him over here next to the other World War II Captain America. That seems somewhat fitting, right? And then, yeah, the chronology is pretty much out the window, but I think next to him should be the movie Captain America, which actually did come chronologically after that one I just showed you. This is the reissue of the movie Captain America that had a slightly better head sculpt. So it's not the one from 2012. I think this is the one that came out when Avengers Endgame came out, because he appeared in that uniform in the movie. You know, the I could do this all day scene, if you recall that. So he's back over here. And this one I just opened today. If you saw that video a little earlier, this is the 2020 Gamerverse Stealth Captain America from the Avengers video game cap that was a thing back around 2019 or 2020, that Avengers video game. And he is now, for the first time, going into the lineup here. And he's going to go over here. And that's where he's going to live for a little while now. And boy, we still got some movie guys here. I'm going to need to make some more room. We got these three guys, which are all movie figures. This is the Stealth Captain America from Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This is the re-release that came in the Evergreen line. Those boxes that just hang around at Walmart and Target. I gave his shield that came with him to my my Commander Rogers that I mentioned a little while ago. The one with the blue and silver shield from the movie. I gave that to my custom comic Commander Rogers. That's this one here. So this shield originally came with this figure, and that's the way we're keeping it, folks, because I like it that way better. So this is just a sort of custom prototype shield that I did with a couple of paint markers to make it look a little lived in and a little beat up, but basically, you know, it's the vibranium shield. So this is the Winter Soldier Captain America for all intents and purposes, and I will stick him over here behind Zombie Cap. That's where he will live. Next up, chronologically, in the front row, is the Secret War concept Captain America, who basically appeared as a sketch in a comic book series called Secret War, written by Brian Michael Bendis, and it's kind of a cool look for Cap. It's a kind of a military look, kind of a stealth look. I don't love it, but I like it. I dig it. It's all right, and it's also on the Grim Reaper body mold, as so many of the comic figures have been since 2016. Then we have the Infinity War Captain America. This is the first release. This is not the re-release with the better head sculpt, and it's not even the running change on the first release that had slightly better deco. So this is just the raw dog first release that nobody was happy with when Infinity War came out. And I bought this recently, and I don't hate it. I don't love it, I don't hate it, but it's Captain America, and, you know, I need it. So what can I tell you? That's just how it is. So he'll go over here with some other barely loved caps. Then we have the Worthy Captain America. This is a kit bash. This is actually the re-release of the Worthy Cap that came in the 2-pack with the Sam Wilson Captain America. When he first inherited the title of Captain America, they did a 2-pack with Steve and Sam together. I picked this up at a GameStop in Plattsburgh. I added the hammer because he did not come with the hammer in the re-release, and the shield does not have the battle damage or his uniform either that the Worthy Cap had in some spots. So there he goes. See if we might pull this off. So he's over here now, right there, taking his place. Perhaps not coincidentally, next to the comic Worthy Cap. This is the Ultimate Captain America. I added the vest, which is actually just the jacket piece from Jimmy Woo, I believe, the Marvel Legends Jimmy Woo. Unless it's a Valaverse, I'm not 100% sure it's from Jimmy Woo. I think it is. I don't really care. Hasbro around 2011, 2012 released a Captain America. It had the horrible ball-jointed hips, but it was an Ultimate Captain America that came with a vest and some more military accoutrement. And this is kind of my tribute to that. I'm not a big fan of this Ultimate Captain America. It doesn't have enough paint on it. I don't like the shade of blue. I don't like the facial sculpt. The head is very boxy. It's not my most loved Captain America, but I like him better with the vest, so he gets to keep the vest, and he gets to now live over there. And, I should have done the spreadsheet. I should have done a spreadsheet. Going back to chronologically from the mainline Marvel Legends Captain Americas after the Wolf Cap and the Secret Wars Cap, I don't have the 2017 Captain America. That was a repaint of this one with Tampa-graphic scale mail and a lighter color of blue, lighter shade of blue. I don't have that one. I wish I did. He would be up here if I did. But chronologically, we went from the Wolf Cap to the Secret Wars Cap, that 2017 cap, whenever, I don't know which one came out first, 2017, the vintage one or this one. And then we have the Alex Ross from 2019, the 80 Years of Marvel. Captain America, certainly one of the best Captain Americas that Marvel Legends has ever done. And that is followed by what is basically a repaint of that, except with different hips, I think. He doesn't have the wrinkles in the hips, but he had some improvements. This is the 20 years from 2022, the 20 years of Marvel Legends Captain America, with a great head sculpt by Paul Harding. The straps, the shield with the holes in it for the energy effects and the other effects that came with him. And then last year we had the Secret Wars Captain America, and this is a stock Secret Wars cap with the broken shield on his back. I did add the straps, the shoulder harness from, I think that was from a Commander Rogers figure. And then finally for the front row, we're going to have our Marvel vs. Capcom Captain America from the 2-pack with Blue Venom, which came out in 2025, towards the end of 2025. All right, so that worked out. I got my whole front row here, starting with the Marvel Now cap in 2014, and chronologically, the front row at least makes sense all the way up through the Marvel vs. Capcom, and then it gets a little dicey back there. And then we have finally, and again, I think our total was 32 or 33. Consult whatever my first count was when I included the 12-inch caps, but I bought a whole bunch of these Commander Rogers figures just for the shoulder harnesses, which I have given to most of my regular Captain Americas, but I also I let this guy keep it. That is the head sculpt from that 2-pack with the Sam and Steve Captain Americas with another prototype shield that I painted. So these are basically, in my mind, like Steve Rogers LMDs in my display. And then this is a stock Commander Rogers as well. He got to keep both his head and his shoulder harness and his energy shield. So this one is just pretty much what you got out of the box with that Commander Rogers figure. And I'll put all these. It's going to get tricky putting them back in this space right here between the two flight stands with Captain America, Sam Wilson, and the Falcon from the movie. So that's going to get a little tricky and dicey. So I think I will do that after I end this video. But again, so just counting my 6-inch Steve Rogers Marvel Legends figures, I think it's 32 with the one that I haven't opened yet, the 20 years one that I have not yet opened, but will open soon. There he is. Got that Friday. But in counting him and not counting him, I think we had 32, and then counting him, because that is a Steve Rogers Marvel Legends Captain America. He's just 12 inches tall. So I believe that brings the count to 33. That is the answer to the question, how many Steve Rogers Marvel Legends Captain America figures do you have? Assuming that you count Commander Rogers as well, and I do, because Cap is Cap. Come on. He's only loyal to the dream. Remember that. So that's going to do it. I believe that we have established quite firmly, even with me being bad at math, that I have at least 32 Steve Rogers figures in my Marvel Legends display. They are all from Hasbro. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the old Toy Biz ones. I used to have the Series 1 Captain America, which looks a little janky these days, from 2002. But I wish that I still had that one, and if I can find one that I can afford sometime in the future, I probably would like to have that back in the collection just for nostalgia's sake. And I did also have the Face-Off Captain America, the Unmasked Face-Off Captain America, and the Ultimate Captain America that were all built on the same body mold by Toy Biz. Those were widely regarded as the best Captain Americas up until the Wolf Cap came out in 2016. Those old Toy Biz ones were beautiful, the sculpt, the paint. They don't really hold up today. They don't work well with a modern Marvel Legends sort of Hasbro-based display. But I am sorry that I got rid of those 3 Toy Biz Captain Americas, because in their own way, they were things of beauty, and they have a lot of historical and nostalgic value as well. The lesson here, folks, is if you've got a character you love the way that I love Captain America, the way I love Snake Eyes, and some other characters, just don't let them go. Just hang on to them. Sell something else. You know, sell an ottoman or you know, your Picasso print that you have hanging on the wall or whatever. Don't sell your most loved characters. Hang on to them because you will always regret it if you get rid of them, and then you'll end up paying more when you have to buy them back. That's just been my life experience 4 times over now after 4 different purges over the course of my nearly 6 decades of collecting action figures. So that's it. I'm going to say the number's 32 because we're not going to count the 12-inch Captain America. There's 32 Steve Rogers Captain America / Commander Rogers figures in my Marvel Legends collection. And these 5 guys are going to go back in their spots in my Avengers display, my Bronze Age display, my Shield display, my Jack Kirby display, and my Marvel vs. Capcom display. That's why I set them aside here on a big pile of accessory bins. Those guys are going back there, and then I'll try to find a place on the work table for the rest of these guys, these Steve Rogers LMDs, Life Model Decoys. So if you were wondering for sure how many Steve Rogers figures I have, if you were paying attention, it's either 32 or 33. I suck at math. I don't know what to tell you. I should have written it down when I counted them, but I think it's 33, including the 12-inch one. All right, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, analysis, ideas for therapists that could treat this obsession in the comments below. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you are informed anytime I upload any new videos. You can also share this with anybody that you know who is obsessed with Captain Rogers or Commander Rogers, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Marvel Legends. If you know somebody, hit the share button and send them a link. It's not going to hurt anybody, and it helps my channel out. And I appreciate all your support. I appreciate you viewing. And remember, Captain America is only loyal to the dream.